Hey y'all, welcome back to the shop. This is Terry. Hey, today we're back working on the Talon again. You know, my favorite thing to do. So we're doing something really cool today, and y'all can see, hey, don't miss it in the background. Retro Talon, alive and well. A bunch more stuff coming up on that soon, but today we're doing something really cool. I've wanted these ever since I first saw them, finally decided to take the plunge and get them, and these are the billet shifter paddles from Horizon Off-Road. Very cool, killer machine work, just gorgeous pieces. Powder coated black and then machined afterwards, so you get the really cool look. Got their kit here, everything that you need. It even comes with the Allen wrench, you got thread locker, I mean, you got everything, everything you need. Really simple install. They have an install, I'm gonna do an install video obviously, and show you how that's done. They also have an install video on their YouTube channel as well, and I'll go ahead and link you to that in the show notes. And this is pretty much, we're going to need a 10mm wrench and a little pick to get a spring off and back on again, and you'll see how that works. Super simple install. And so let's get over there and we'll do it. Let me reset the camera and we'll be back in just a minute with the Horizon Off-Road billet shifter paddle install. All right, we're back at the Talon, ready to do the rest of our install. As you can see, I've already got one on there, and I've got some of this loose, so we'll go through all that. First thing I want to talk about is you do not need to remove the steering wheel in order to install the Horizon paddles. I've got the Hess Quick Connect. Most of you have probably already seen that video too. I've got a video on that, but it's just for clarity here, I'm just going to remove the steering wheel, but it's not necessary to do this to put the paddles on at all. So, okay, a couple things that you're going to need here. We're going to have to take this cover off the column. That's just one single 5mm hex up here in the top, so you just need a hex key. And I loosened up this lower shield as well. It's just got two push-ins in the bottom, so just a regular, you know, whatever you use to get your push-ins out. And let me go ahead and get that off, and then we'll explain the rest of it. So I'm just going to loosen up that hex and remove the top. And like I said, I pulled these out of the bottom just to get a little bit more room here to operate. Okay, I always, you know, try to pass along the things that I learned the hard way, so y'all don't have to learn them the hard way. And Horizon's been really nice because in that, as you saw in the lead-in, they do send you 2 more ball bearings. There's spring-loaded ball bearings in here. And the thing that I figured out really quick is if you lose track of one, it's going to go through the holes in the floor and end up in the skid plate. So trust me on this one. I've got a couple of t-shirts, black t-shirts that are laid down here in the floorboard just to cover up those holes and to actually keep those things from bouncing, because they will come out of there with some force, and thankfully Horizon was already on top of it, obviously, by sending 2 more. But like I said, I went through that, and I don't want y'all to, so trust me, cover up the floor, cover up those drain holes in the floor with something, and like I said, put a t-shirt or towel or something in the floorboard so you don't have to go chase the ball bearings like I did. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is just pop this cover off, and it's just a little rubber seal that goes on there. And then you can see right here, this is a spring, and you're going to need this pick tool or some sort of pick tool. This is what keeps the tension on this paddle. So literally, we're just going to unhook this from where it goes, and it's really important to turn it all the way back like this, because you need all this space. So if you leave it hanging in there, you're going to get hung up, so that's not going to work out well for you. One 10mm bolt here. I'm going to choose to take that off with my snap-on ratchet. You can do whatever you got, a wrench or whatever, obviously. So we're going to pull this bolt out, and that's really all that holds it in there. Now this sleeve is sort of an alignment sleeve too, and you're going to have a little pick or something to get going to pull the sleeve out. And then the most important part of the procedure, right here in this front corner, as you'll see whenever we pull it out, is where the spring-loaded ball bearing is. And so as you're pulling this out, and it's literally just going to come straight out, but right here you need to keep your finger in there, go really slow, so you can capture that ball bearing and pull it out, and then there it is. You can see the little ball bearing on the spring right there. And like I said, there's a reason that that Horizon sent a couple of extras of those. So we're going to pull this out, and give me just a minute to reset here with our Horizon paddle, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. And basically this, you're going to assemble the paddle thusly. There's a little diagram in there for that, and they send all the hardware and everything, of course. And you got a bracket just pretty much like the one on the original one. I'm going to slide this little cover back on there the same way. And then right here, you're going to see this little hole where the spring and the ball bearing goes, just like that. Now, the trick to this, and the hardest part to the whole thing, is you got to compress this down and then put this in the slot without losing the ball bearing. And let's just say I didn't get this on the first try, so that's why it's so important to have something, a towel, t-shirts, whatever, in the floorboard. So you can retrieve this thing if you need to, and if you lose one, like I did, thankfully, Horizon has planned ahead and gave you the two that we already talked about. So let's see if we can get this in here. Well, there it goes, first try, I've already knocked it out. All right, so it's a matter of compressing this with your finger, turning everything over, and then working it back in the hole. And it takes a little bit of doing, but we got it in there, so we're good. So, all right, do that. I'm going to put my sleeve in here. Very first thing. I have to work that around just a little bit to get all that to go together. Okay, got the sleeve in there. I'm going to go ahead and put our bolt in. Now this sleeve, as you can see, it's not quite aligned, so it's got to align just right here to go in the hole just right. All right, leave that. Now we got it in there. So we're going to just go ahead and set our bolt in there and get that started and snug our bolt back up. Okay, that's all there is to it. That, take our spring and our little pick, and we're going to hook that spring back in the hole where it needs to go here. Make sure all that's in, and that's all there is to it. Got everything on there, so it's a matter of putting the little covers back on. And that's it. Such a cool thing. I love these paddles. They're much bigger, so when you turn the wheel, I mean, you just got so much more area to work with here. And anytime that we do anything with the steering wheel paddles, or when we did the quick connector or any of that stuff, everybody always asks about this distance between the steering wheel and these paddles. And this distance from the factory, from the back of the steering wheel to the face of the factory paddles, from the factory steering wheel to the factory paddles, was 2 inches. And interestingly enough, with the Hess Quick Connect, it was 2 1/4. So I mean, not even noticeable, but literally 1/4 of an inch. And with these, we're back to the factory again. It's back to 2 inches. So this distance between here and the steering wheel is absolutely the same. So just like I said, a very cool billet piece. Really happy with them. Easy install. Like I said, the only thing that the guy needs to do is take some precautions, so if you drop the ball bearing, you can get it back. So thanks for watching. Appreciate all you guys. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me. If you subscribe, hit the like. If you got any questions, please leave a comment below. I'll leave links to the Horizon stuff in the show notes, and so that way it'll be easily done. So I'm going to leave a link to the pieces at Horizon, and I'm going to leave a link to their install video as well. So you'll be double covered on install videos. So again, appreciate you so much. Please subscribe if you don't mind, and I hope y'all have a great day. We'll see you next time.